Hello everybody. I wanted to talk to you today about time management, working in block scheduling. It's one of the things that I have kind of learned to, I'm a work in progress, but I find that working in time blocks and helping managing my time better, I find myself to be more productive if I kind of have a plan for the day. So I just thought I'd make a video to share with you all about this topic. Especially if whether you're a working parent, you work from home, or you're just a stay-at-home mom, I feel like this can, or dad, I feel like this can help you in your daily schedule, no matter what you do or where you work. It's going to help. So first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a wife. I've been married for 16 years, and I have 3 children. So I have a 7th grader, 6th grader, and a 2nd grader. My oldest is a boy, and I have 2 girls. So I understand that this is a hard task, trying to get your day all organized and finishing things. And I'm also, I work from home, so it's hard. Like, you would think that working from home, I would have so much time on my hands. I get that often. Like, oh, you're home, so you have plenty of time. So I'm sure all those moms or dads out there that work from home, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, and there's so many things around you in your own home that can distract you, that get you off task very easily. So I found just a few ways that help me stay on track, and I wanted to share them. So first off, I make a list. So I encourage everybody to just make a list of things. Like, we all have a to-do list, and then there's things that we know that it's like our daily chores or things that we have to get done that, okay, maybe you don't need to write them down, and maybe this task is just daunting to you, I have to write things down. But I'm telling you, if you write it down, even if you do it the night before, when your kids are in bed and you have that few minutes before you pass out, you can just jot down, okay, what are things I need to do tomorrow? Also classify them, or prioritize them, excuse me. It should be your priority number 1, 2, and 3. So in your priority number 1 box should be things that need to be done, that need to be done the next day or that day. So if you need to do your bills, you need to pay bills, or there's a certain bill that needs to be done that day, it needs to be in that number 1 box. Now, we all can write a list, because I am like this. I want to write down everything, and then I want to get it all done. So I want to go crazy and do all my stuff. And then I find myself, when I'm not doing all the things on my list, it's discouraging at the end of the day. So I like to prioritize. So maybe I have top 3 things that I absolutely need to get done that day are going to be in my priority 1 box. So for me, I'm a health and fitness coach, so I work out. That's in my priority number 1. I have to work out. I have to schedule that time. I have to get that in. So that's on my number 1 priority list. So that's in there. Also, I do a daily devotional, or my reading time. I really, and sometimes I lack on this, but my devotional time, I add in, that has to be on there. That's number 2. And then I'll go through okay, the kids need their laundry needs to be done. Then I'll go through those things, and okay, that needs to be done today. My kid has no underwear. That's obviously a priority. We need to put that in there. So then I'm going to go through and do that. Then there's going to be a box number 2, oh, I needed to run to the post office. Now, I'm not out of stamps, but I'm going to be out of stamps. So I would classify that in my priority box number 2. It needs to be done this week, but it doesn't need to be done today. So I'm going to prioritize my time, and I'm going to just put that in box 2. So hey, if I get all my number 1 things in my list of my priority number 1 box, then I'm going to move on to my box number 2. Make sense? Hopefully. And hopefully that's helpful. Maybe you do this, maybe you don't. I hope that that's a little bit helpful. And then number 3, the priority box number 3, I guess it's not really a priority, but it's moved down the list. I call it like a bonus. It's like those things that are on your list, and if you get to them, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally I'm a rock star today. I finished it. So maybe it's stuff that you want to do this month. Then I would just put that in there in your box number 3. And then each day you're going to move it up. You're going to look at your box 2 for the next day and be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I do need stamps today. That's got to go in my list. I need to get out of the house. I need to do that. Grocery shopping or, anything. Oh, I needed to call my mom today. Or it's just those things that if you don't have written down, and I don't know if it's just me, but there's so much craziness going on. All my kids are in a sport. I'm spending time with my husband. I'm making dinner. I'm cleaning the house. I have 2 dogs. Like all this stuff, it's like you're easily distracted. So if I don't have it written down, I wind up just forgetting about it. And then I'm laying in bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my kid doesn't have underwear. I forgot to do laundry. Like it's craziness. So I find that making a list really does help. And I also find that I really like checking things off my list. I love crossing things off. It brings me joy. So maybe this is you, maybe it's not. If you've never done it, try it, because it really is pretty exciting when you mark it off. Okay, so you've made your list. So next thing I'm going to talk about is time blocks. I don't know if you've ever heard of working in time blocks or anything like that. So it's basically you're going to set a time for that activity. Okay, so like me, like I said, I work out. So I want to work out. I want to get that in. That's a priority for me. So I set aside 30 minutes. So 30 minutes a day I work out. So that's what I do. Like I don't necessarily have a set time. I do in my head. I'd like to work out before 12 o'clock every day. I feel like that's a fair assessment, that would be fine. And I get that in before that. And it's a half an hour. So I'm going to set that half an hour time to work out. Same with, okay, I need to go grocery shopping. Okay, well, that's going to take me probably about an hour. So I just set those times. So I'm going to make sure I have my list. I'm going to make sure everything that I need to get this done in the time that I've allotted myself is what I do. Now, my kids are home from school at 3:15. So when I make my list, I want, in my priority box, I need my stuff done by 3 o'clock because then I have to get them from school. So that's kind of like how I do my day. I give each thing a time, and I'll have some extra time. Then I work from home, like I said. That's not extra time. I put an hour aside at least a day to work my business and to do my business, or to respond to people's messages. And inside that business, I do time blocks for each of those steps I need to do. But so I block out an hour of my day for my business. So hopefully that makes sense. And then 30 minutes to work out. And I'm not above scheduling in eating, because I don't know if you're like me, but when I get busy or I'm on the thing, I'm totally forgetting that I'm hungry or that I haven't drank anything. So I'm constantly walking around the house with my water and trying to make sure that I'm on task. I do like to just lounge too. So if you need to schedule in 20 minutes of just like de-stressor time where you literally do mindless things, just do it. Put it in your schedule and do it. And I hope this isn't sounding like, oh my gosh, I have to follow this whole strict schedule. It's not. It's just because, like I said in the beginning of the video, I find myself, if I don't have some sort of plan or I don't have it written down for me to see it, number one, I forget. And then I'm rushing at the end of the day to get things done, because then I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot that. So I find it helpful to keep me on task and to manage my time better. So that's what I do. That's how you time block. That's how you kind of prioritize your day. At least that's what works for me. It may not work for you. There's also tons of Google documents, or if you just Google it online, time block schedule, you can print out your own sheets and you can write that in if you want, like Monday, and then you write your stuff in for Monday through Friday or whatever. That helps. And that's set aside from your calendar. Like, you have your calendar that's like, oh, I'm helping out in my kid's class, or I, have coffee with my friend, or whatever, that's different. But, well, not necessarily different, but that's on your calendar. But like something written for every day that you can get your tasks done to help you kind of enjoy your day and not feel like maybe at the end of the day you didn't get enough done, or you were just crazy and you were rushing through everything, you don't even remember. This just helps you. I feel that it helps alleviate a little bit of the stress. So I hope this helps you. I hope that I made some sense. And I'd love a comment, or if you have an idea that maybe I didn't share or something that you do, I'd appreciate the comment. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.